Hello there. I see you've missed me.
Keep the pressure on the transport a little longer.
Missed more gun docks. Your move.
Hey guys, it's Riva. Now, this is going to be a very exciting video. I've got Geonosis and Obi-Wan gameplay to show off to you guys. I've just come back from DICE in Stockholm, Sweden, and a very big thank you to the EA Game Changer program for flying me out to capture this and show all of you guys. So, this is basically a bunch of Obi-Wan gameplay on Geonosis. I've got all kinds of great clips, his abilities in action, up against General Grievous, and just an overview of the gameplay in general. Originally I just wanted to show the gameplay, but I kind of want to talk about what's going on, you know. I want to give you guys an introduction to Obi-Wan and Geonosis. So I'm just going to have a laid back commentary and kind of tell you guys what's going on and my initial reaction to the November update. And there's General Grievous. This was a really interesting fight, but yeah, this is a really good fight with Elliot from Battlefront Updates, with him as General Grievous, and he's got the new skin on, a legendary appearance for General Grievous, which is basically just a lot of flames and smoke coming off his armor, and it looks pretty insane. So definitely worth the legendary category. So if you have enough credits, then I'd definitely consider getting that for Grievous. So this was a pretty cool experience because, well, until that player ruins the fight, but yeah, it was a really cool experience to have a fight with General Grievous on Geonosis. And you can just see the ATTE being deployed there by the LAATC, and just, wow, look at that. That's the overview of the hard cell, and you basically need to take them down. It's just an incredible looking atmosphere in Geonosis. You see, with the force push there, it's not that it didn't work, it's just they were out of range, because the longer you hold down the force push, the longer range you'll get. There's a nice double kill there as well. So it's kind of like a trade-off. So you'll have to charge it up, but charging it up will give you range, but at the same time you're kind of standing still for a while. So you will take damage, but you'll be rewarded with more range. So it's kind of like a trade-off ability, which is kind of hard to get used to, but it can be really cool. Because you'll see later on in the video that you can actually reach pretty far distances with this force push. Now, when playing Geonosis, my initial reaction or my concern was that there's probably going to be a lot of snipers. And there's a decent amount of snipers, not going to lie. It can be quite annoying to constantly be hit from places you can't see. But honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. There's a lot of cover, and you know, it kind of feels like the assault or the officer is actually worth using in a map like this. Because my initial reaction to the community transmission of it just being an open field was quite concerning, but it's honestly not that bad. You know, there is a decent amount of snipers. I think with a full server, and when this goes live on Wednesday, you guys might see a lot of snipers, but overall I think it's a map that's built for any class you want, really. And here's my second fight with General Grievous. This time I'm against Azatra, I think, and we were sitting next to each other at the event, and we were just saying, you know, let's have a good fight. And yeah, you can see just how good the force push could be. If you charge it up, it just goes flying away. Now, Obi-Wan has got very good health regeneration. I've got two pieces of gameplay to show in this, where he's using this skin and one with his rogue skin, which I'll show after this. But basically, you could go on a long kill streak with Obi-Wan if you know what you're doing, basically. Because he's got good health regeneration, plus a health on kill cards. You could survive for quite a long time. So he's a very good Jedi, very defensive as well. His deflection is just, he's accurate. So he's a very interesting Jedi and very unique, actually. Oh, by the way, General Grievous' thrust surge is now fixed, which is just great news. Basically it got changed, so as soon as you see someone almost in your line of sight, you'll be able to use the ability. There's no using the ability when you're not actually locked onto someone, which was kind of the problem. You'd just be hitting nothing. But it is fixed now and it works every time. So really excited for you guys to try out General Grievous, because he's now working as intended, and trust me, he can be very deadly in Heroes vs Villains. So you can just see it's... I lost out there, but here we go with the robed skin. Oh my, I almost fell off the map here. That would have been so embarrassing if because I literally just got Obi-Wan, and if I was to fall off the map, probably would have got up and left the room at dice. That would have been how embarrassing and frustrated I would have been. But yeah, his robe skin is just incredible. I think it's a epic skin worth 40,000 credits, but we had it unlocked at the event and we had a chance to showcase it for you guys. But you can just see that when you're jumping around, the physics, you know, we got to get a few emotes in there with Elliot recording. But yeah, the robe skin just makes you feel like a real Jedi. I don't really know how to explain it, and it just, again, with the overview of Geonosis, it just looks incredible. Like all surrounding the map, there's spider droids, there's LAATs flying in, like shooting at AI. There's, not too sure what they're called, but they fire the blue lasers at the droid command ship. You'll probably know if you're good at lore on Geonosis, but yeah. There's a lot of those surrounding the map. There's Geonosis and bugs flying around you. And this player was trying to take me down. He was using Vanguard. Oh my god. Vanguards, really? Just let me have some gameplays, Obi-Wan. But yeah, thankfully he has such good health regeneration, as you can see. You can pretty much go over half health when you get down that low. So thankfully I didn't get hit by too many of his Vanguards, and I managed to keep the streak alive. But yeah, the main goal is, you can see the ATTE just getting in range to shoot the hard cell, and you know, Obi-Wan has got to help them do that. And you got to be careful with the hard cell, because there's a funny voice line that comes along that the hard cell, if it falls, it will fall on you, and literally it will fall on you. If you're standing underneath that, then you get defeated. And yeah, you can just see Obi-Wan's abilities on display right here, which is his force push and the defensive rush. Defensive rush is actually a really interesting ability. I'm going to be making a tips and tricks video on Obi-Wan. I didn't do it right now because, well, there's no point if it's going to be released in 2 days. I'd rather have a tips and tricks video out when you can actually use Obi-Wan, you know. So I'm saving it, but I'm still working on it, and I'm excited to show you guys some tips. I think this is my third encounter with General Grievous I had at the event, and this was with Battlefront FR this time. This one was kind of a tough one to get going, because I was kind of in enemy lines, so we couldn't really have a one-on-one because there were just so many droids around, and I just had to run. I know it's frustrating probably to watch, to run from a fight, but for the sake of the gameplay I had to hang on to my Obi-Wan, you know. But I think later on we do get another encounter with Battlefront FR as General Grievous again, and it's just surreal to have that opportunity to like live out your Clone Wars like that. So final phase, secure the turbolasers. This is basically where the ATTEs need to secure a point from using the vehicle, which is a really interesting thing. This part is honestly quite empty. Not really sure how to explain it, but you'll see that the gameplay, after this is a pretty few good clips where we fight against Grievous again and take down a few droids, but the last phase is kind of not so much action packed as a Jedi with a lightsaber. It's kind of like a long range thing, so a lot of snipers. Rocket Jump Trooper will get you very good kill streaks and stuff, but as a Jedi it was quite empty. You kind of had to go right up to the out of bounds area to even consider getting a kill. So again, it's just one of those things that you'll learn throughout the map, that of course each heroes are going to be good in different locations. So at this point you'd probably go with someone like Lando, but for the other two phases, Obi-Wan was just perfect to use. There's so much cover, his force push could extend to people further away from you, and you can run across an open field using your defensive rush, and you just block all them sniper shots and it just feels great. Obi-Wan's defensive rush is basically his own unrelenting advance of Grievous, but he moves a bit faster and it's a bit more stronger, I think. So they're kind of more or less the same ability. Oh, and we've got another encounter with Grievous again. This was so surreal because all of us were just, you know, we wanted to live out the Clone Wars, so everybody was picking Grievous, of course, because he's a new hero. But you could get more than one hero. I do have some gameplay with Darth Maul and Palpatine, but you guys don't want to see that. You want to see the new stuff. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus General Grievous with 3 ATTEs just next to you, and just an incredible atmosphere of Geonosis. Oh, by the way, the flashbang, it's been nerfed, so still reveals you, still does damage, still blinds you, but it doesn't restrict your movement. So you can jump, you can dodge, you can sprint away from it. And guys, trust me, when there's like closed encounters on the first phase, it's quite a small area. It is perfect. You can finally move. You can get out of the way as a hero and you're not dead in like 1 second, which is really nice. A really nice nerf to have on the officer. Some of the weapons were also tweaked, and the battle point gain was reduced as well. But after we played it, it feels in a good position. It's not like overly farming as it used to be, but it's still worth using. You know, if you're an officer, you would have the chance to get a hero pretty fast. So we're just approaching the command ships, and yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's kind of just an empty playing field right now, where as a Jedi you can't really do too much because everyone's spawning quite far back, which was pretty unfortunate. I really wanted more Obi-Wan gameplay at this point, but it is what it is. And like I said, every hero in this game is situational. You can't expect to do well on a map like this with Obi-Wan, where all of his stuff is close range, but the map is built for long range. So it's just one of those things, you know, you might want to choose a different hero, but I'm sure everybody will be going for Obi-Wan on launch day. But that's basically it for the gameplay. I'm going to be breaking down a Geonosis overview. I have some cool clips, a few Easter eggs as well that I'm going to cut up and do a little, maybe even a live stream commentary on it as well. But Obi-Wan tips and tricks as well is coming on launch day on Wednesday, so that you guys can actually use the tips as soon as you can and not just watch tips for no reason. And yeah, someone took my elimination right there on the B2. But yeah, that's basically it for the video. Again, a huge thanks to the EA Game Changer program for flying me out to DICE in Sweden to capture this and show you guys as soon as it goes live. So at the end of this video, you'll see the outro cinematic where the droid ship actually gets taken down, and it just looks incredible. So you can just see it's quite a stunning cinematic experience right there. Just adds to the immersion. So that's basically it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this laid back commentary, and I'll see you in the next video.